Welcome to Apathetic Weekend Update. I'm your host, guy who's taking this homeless look too far. Our top story tonight, this week in Paris, over 200 countries met and agreed upon a landmark climate change deal for the planet, and I still can't successfully organize a brunch with friends. Moving on Wednesday, Toronto's cab drivers staged a citywide protest against the rideshare app Uber, which resulted in videos like this one. Really makes you wonder, just what exactly is Honda making their door handles out of? Nitro? It's not supposed to look like the bottom half of my face just had chemotherapy, right? This week, a Muslim man was forced off the London Underground after a commuter accused him of using his iPad suspiciously. Now, I generally don't grant merit to these types of claims, but he was using it as a phone. That's shady no matter what your background. On Wednesday, a woman in Michigan who caught some flack for shooting at shoplifters last October claimed she was only trying to help and that she learned her lesson that she will never help anyone ever again, much to the disappointment of the people she was really helping. Ugh. Left my contacts in last night. Eyes are as dry as an episode of Frasier. This week, a teenager who had worked in a corner store for 10 weeks to afford Christmas presents was told he had been on an unpaid internship. What was the internship for? Life. This week, the U.S. State Department approved a $1.29 billion arms sale with Saudi Arabia, which included over 13,000 precision-guided weapons and smart bombs, even after human rights charges had been laid against them for indiscriminately killing Yemeni civilians. To break down such an important and complex story, I'm joined by professional correspondents Rakel Helboe.
Great to be here.
And Paul Henry Murphy.
Oh yeah, real good.
All right, so with the geopolitical climate the way it is right now, we can expect
hey.
Paul? Wait, why are you still in your...
I was in Rakel's dressing room earlier.
Why?
Looking for an up-to-date Us Weekly. Robert Loggia was still alive in mine.
Well, still.
And I noticed that she got sun chips in her room, and I didn't. So, where are my sun chips?
Paul, Apathetic Weekend Update doesn't supply guests with sun chips.
What kind of hack news organization doesn't supply their guests with sun chips? You know, None of This Matters News, they'd have sun chips.
Don't go there. We're every bit as good as
So
them.
you're admitting that you gave Rakel's room sun chips and not mine?
No, of course not. Why would we...
Well, Rakel, did you bring your own sun chips? Unbelievable.
Well, maybe I just deserve sun chips and a dead Robert Loggia more than you.
Every time I have guests.
All right, yeah? Sure. Well, what does your description bar say? Because mine says not an 8-foot-tall chip vacuum.
Mine just says, not a little bitch.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. Coming from Rakel. Sounds like your parents let an 80-year-old pick your name and an 8-year-old spell it.
It's a really important story, you guys.
How about just showing up to work sometime and not looking like you've been collecting ground cigarettes?
Whatever, you mammoth. Don't take it out on me because you're too tall to ride the roller coasters.
At least I don't vaguely look like every supervillain's henchman.
For your information, I get serial killer a lot.
Yeah, like one that David Fincher wouldn't make a film about.
You know who wouldn't stand for this kind of conduct, this kind of treatment right now? I'll tell you who. Partially forgotten 80s character actor Robert Loggia. He would never have to ask, where are my sun chips? They would just be there in front of him and, oh, hey, guys, sorry, I just found the sun chips. They were right here the whole time.
What? How?
You know what? I did bring that bag of sun chips. Ooh.
Professional correspondents Rakel Helboe and Paul Murphy. Everyone. This week, the US announced a ban on soaps with microbeads due to their detrimental effect on the environment, meaning from now on, microbeads may only be used for positive effects on the environment, like mouse-sized ankle bracelets. Available on Tiny Etsy. Moving on, 80 children this week at a Brunswick North primary school were diagnosed with the chickenpox, leaving non-parents that were born before '96 wondering, so what's the story here? Because they came out with a vaccine for the chickenpox in the late '90s, so that's not supposed to happen. In hindsight, there were a lot of things you needed to know to get that, and it should have been scrapped. Yet here we are. Ugh. Well, that's another reason I don't prostitute. In latexier news, condom sales in Beijing have risen significantly since the city announced a smog-related red alert, making incense and white girls with dreadlocks the likeliest cause. I feel so rejuvenated. This is what Robert Downey Jr. must have felt like after Iron Man. In a tweet this week, presidential candidate / 24-hour news network's literally golden goose, Donald Trump, threatened to run on his own ticket if he did not make the GOP nomination, making it a very promising future for companies that make political lawn signs. On Thursday, it came to light that the only copy of Wu-Tang Clan's latest ultra-exclusive album was auctioned off last May for $2 million to the HIV-overcharging CEO of Turing Pharmaceutical / guy who takes off his shirt at house parties, Martin Shkreli. Meaning now when the group says Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to f with, it's because they really hope they don't get AIDS. Really hope holes in socks catch on like tears in jeans. And that's it for your Apathetic Weekend Update. If you enjoyed the video or at least had a good nap during it, please like, comment below, share, maybe subscribe. Ooh, I bet it would feel so good to subscribe. And yeah. I've been your host, guy who stretches before he leaves places to make himself seem more athletic. Good night. Sponsor meats on chips?